Hi! Welcome to Dead Space 5, Chapter 5, all the collectibles, and there's quite a lot. 3 artifacts, 9 logs, 6 weapons, and 6 circuits. There's also an audio log for Chapter 6 in the conning tower, or just before the conning tower, which is odd. But I'll point that out and also include it in the next walkthrough. Anyway, the first weapon part is here right when you enter the level, before it even told me it was Chapter 6. I was like, why is there another one for Chapter 5? Just picking up stuff in general on this level on this game is kind of a mess, the way stuff bleeds into different chapters. Anyway, you're going to get to a suit unit upgrade thing. I would recommend upgrading stasis duration. You're going to need it for a new enemy type. Anyway, push through here into the bridge and you will find audio log number 1 here on the right, and right behind it is SCAF Artifact number 1. Turn to your left and head up the stairs, and in a little container on the wall, come on Isaac, there we go, chop chop, here. On the left there is upgrade circuit. So that's upgrade circuit number 1, there we are, and just in front of it is text log number 1. So we're kind of tearing through these. There's a lot pretty early on. Now there's a bit of a lull in the action, or in the pickup action anyway, until you get to this cargo hold area. Your beam will tell you to go through this door, and if you push it again it'll tell you to go to the left, and to the left there's going to be a bit of a fight, so you're going to want to deal with those dudes first. But then head around here, and on the floor up here is a hydraulic engine. So that's weapon part number 2. Watch out, a dude will appear almost immediately afterwards. So finish him off. I thought I had my shotgun attached, but I took his legs off instead. Then carry on down here until you hit the Scavenger Bot. There it is. There it is. Hello, Scavenger Bot. Scavenger Bot's kind of cool. It will get tungsten for you, and we're going to need tungsten later on in this level to make a torque bar. One way to get it is to farm the optional mission CMS Greeley in Chapter 3 or 4, I forget which, but you can just stick it on casual or easy or whatever mode, and it will do it, and you can just get a load of tungsten very, very easily. But you basically aim your radar that way, and the Scavenger Bot starts going in completely the opposite direction of its own volition. It'll kind of do its own thing, see? I followed it one time, but it just, I don't know, it's kind of useless. Anyway, you'll get to this bench here a bit later on, and there's a text log on the table there, but watch out for the fight before you can get to that table. That's text log number 2. Through here there's another big old fight, but up on the right, once you've cleared everything out, is another circuit in a container. That's circuit number 2. In a wall container, I don't know, it's like a med box almost on the wall. I never know what to call them. A bit further on you will come to this thing. The way to get it is to shoot the tentacles, but get it because it has a spare parts box and they're super useful. Carrying on to the bridge, you'll come here to find audio log number 2, then just around here is text log number 3 and weapon part number 3. And then you get to play some Jenga, space Jenga, over here on these controls, which is always good times. Everyone likes a bit of space Jenga. You'll then go into a lift which falls all the way down. You can't really control its progress, and you'll come out in a little area which is, sorry, I should have sped this up. I'm using a new video editing tool, and I'm still getting to grips with it a little bit, so I apologise, this video is a bit scrappy. But if you go to the right out of that lift, there in the corner is audio log number 3. There it is. So grab that bad boy, and then turn around and carry on your mission the only way you can for the time being. When you get this message here, which is a lift from Dead Space 2, I'm certain I remember seeing this guy talk to me in Dead Space 2, which would make sense because they said it was 200 years ago. They found an old archived thing from 200 years ago. Just in the corner here you'll see that SCAF Artifact. So grab that, there you go, you don't have to wait for the video to finish, I didn't. But it's right there, pew pew! Carry on through the level until you get to this bit. Sorry, I should have cut this really, but you're going to be stuck with a little bit of me fiddling with these. You know what this reminds me of? I read a news article a while back about some Indian kid who could write simultaneously with both hands. And this seems like a very simplified version of that, where you're moving stuff. Anyway, there's a bench up here where you might want to construct your tungsten torque bar. Your Scavenger Bot should have picked up enough bits and pieces by now. Anyway, when you are done there, head through here and go up here, and you will find weapon part number 4 there. You'll find a conning tower key, which you're going to want because we're going to have to do that optional mission. And here, this audio log, I don't update the numbers because this is an audio log for Chapter 6, obviously, right in the middle of Chapter 5. It kind of makes sense because this is the point at which you go to Chapter 6, but... Anyway, going through this room here when the quarantine thing comes up, to break the quarantine you have to deal with this panel here. There you go. And look for the blue spots. It's actually not too hard, but it took me a couple of moments to find exactly where it was. Chances are you found it instantly and you're replaying this to pick up the collectibles. But I'm kind of a moron. It takes me ages to spot the most obvious stuff. Anyway, when you come to this series of, I call it traps with the loosest sense of the term, you'll have to shoot these things. Don't watch out for the dude up there. But there is a thing there on the right hand wall, blow that up. There's one dead ahead of you there, sploom. Through here, you can loot those cupboards if you like. Come on, Isaac, where are you going? And then into here, just on the right, the right, there we go. You will find circuit number 3. +1 reload, +1 clip, and some somatic gel in a box. It may be different for you. Pushing on through, you'll come to this bit where he switches on the anti-gravity and says, you should get in if you like. Don't get in, you die. But coming up here, you'll see a weird yellow thing that you can't interact with on the wall there. Just around the corner from it is where you use the tungsten torg bar thing. So go in there. There's a circuit on the left in the box. Are we going to get that first? What are we going to do, Isaac? There we go. Circuit number 4. Reload and rate of fire. And then up here is... adapter cuff module, rotator cuff module, I can't even read, and that's weapon part number 5. Coming into this control room before the quarantine goes off, head all the way down the ramps and turn to the right, not the left like I did. There we go. Over in this corner here, you'll find a SCAF Artifact, and that's your third and final SCAF Artifact. So we're actually doing pretty well. There's 1 audio log, 2 text logs, 1 weapon, and 2 circuits to find. If you want to solve the problem here, it took me a while to spot what I was supposed to do, or indeed where I was supposed to be. You just have to spin these things so that the relevant parts line up. There you go. It's actually not too tricky once you find it, but I was running around going, why the door's open? In this room with the big fans, walk up here, take a right, and you will find down by these consoles, or whatever they are, your 4th text log. There we are. The last weapons and circuits are going to be at the very end of this section, but go to the 2nd floor once you can activate the lifts, where you're going to be able to pick up the key to the treasure chest, storage chest, many delicious treasures, and then over there, there's the treasure access, Edward's access key for the treasures, and then just behind it on a table here is text log number 5, so grab that too. There we go. Then go back into the lift and head up to the 3rd floor. Head around here, and you can pretty much aim straight for the dude in the middle. I was kind of poking around, having a look at all the bits and pieces, but there's really not much to see. There's a couple of crates and a wall safe. But there, right next to him, is audio log number 5. No, yes, there. That's audio log number 5. 4. Sorry. Anyway, head up on this cargo lift here. There we go. Get yourself up there. And you'll find that button that you can push to open this door inside. I was like, I don't need a workbench. Why is there a workbench there? Oh, it's storage. And you'll find circuit number 5. Medic support, which is kind of useless unless you're playing co-op, but I thought it was going to heal me. It doesn't. Weapon number 6, and then upgrade circuit number 6 as well. So that is your lot. All the collectibles for Chapter 5, plus an extra one for Chapter 6, which I'll show again in the Chapter 6 walkthrough. But there we go, you can see them all there. I hope that was useful. I will see you in the next video, which is linked right at the end here. Oh, don't forget to go ahead and save your progress before you quit. But yeah, here are some options. Chapter 4 if you haven't got it, or Chapter 6. Hope you enjoy. Lots of love. Bye. Anyway, carry on out here into the dark vastness of space. Grab some oxygen if you want, although there's really no point, you've just filled up. And then head